Hello again, I am Blunty, the Google Nexus 7 tablet, the first pure Google Android tablet that has ever been unleashed upon the world, is about to be unleashed upon the world, and it's just been announced by Google at the Google I/O conference thingy. And the question I'm asking is, does it suck? Now, I normally reserve that does it suck title thing for direct reviews, and I haven't even laid hands, let alone laid eyes on this thing. It's only just been announced, pre-order starting now, and I'm sitting with my trigger finger over the pre-order button, and I can't make myself press it. And I'm trying to figure out why, because there are a lot of good reactions to it in the world at large, you know, tech bloggers and tech pundits and commentators and general public, and everyone seems quite excited about it because it is an interesting little device. It's a lovely, light, small 7-inch Android device from it's pure Google. You know, no other company is fiddled with it, like, you know, Sony or Samsung or HTC. They've not gone in and got their claws into it and put their own layers on top of it. It's a pure Google experience, and the first pure Google experience available on a pure Google tablet. And there are a lot of desirable things about that. But I'm struggling to get excited about it. I don't think I'm seeing what everyone else is seeing about it. I'm sitting and wondering to myself, people seem to like it, but does it suck? And here's why. I like the 7-inch form factor. I've said that before when I've reviewed Samsung 7-inch tablet and even the BlackBerry Playbook, which is also a 7-inch form factor. I like that form factor. It fits well in the hand. It feels nice. But the screen is 1280 by 800, which is fine. You know, it'll play 720p HD, no problem. But in this day and age, even that doesn't feel like a premium. It feels kind of low res. Once you're used to the Retina screens on the iPhone 4S and the iPad, the new iPad, it's kind of hard to go back to regular screens that don't have that Retina display. It doesn't have a rear camera at all. It only has a front-facing camera, and even that is only 1.2 megapixels. So that's just sitting there purely for the sake of Google video chats on Google+. It's just for Hangouts. It's not going to be any good for photography and all, and I'm heavily interested in photography, and it doesn't even have a rear camera, so I can only take, like, you know, relatively low-res pictures of myself, or, you know, turn it around and not being able to see what I'm taking a photo of if I want to take a photo of the thing over there. And, you know, it may seem like a small thing. Well, why don't you just use your phone and then sync it to the Google thing and then sync it to the thing and then you use it on the... That whole process is a pain in the ass. I like to be able to have one device that'll just do the shit I need it to do. Like if I'm writing a blog post, I'll take a picture of that, straight in, we type a thing, and up it goes, and it's all hunky-dory, but the camera on it is next to useless as far as I'm concerned, because I don't do video hangouts that often. I don't like them, for the same reason I don't like telephone calls. It only comes in 8GB and 16GB variants. That's pissy by today's standards. There's a reason I went for the top end of the iPhone and the top end of the iPad, because I need as much storage as possible, because I do a lot of work with photography and videos, and I need lots of storage space to move stuff about. And speaking of moving stuff about, one of the things, if you go to any video I've ever done about Android or even about Apple devices, you'll see Android fanboys in there spouting on and on and on about how the iPad doesn't have an external memory card slot and the Android device does, and that's really, really important. And the Google Nexus 7 doesn't have that. There's no external, there's no way to expand on the storage at all. It's Wi-Fi only. And for a device that's going to be, you know, potentially my main tablet type device, you know, it's up there, will it replace my iPad in day-to-day use? It's got to have 3G on it. Why? Why can't I just share my internet connection from my phone? Well, the reason I bought a 3G iPad is so when I'm traveling, for instance, I can surf the web on my iPad, happily 3G wherever I am, and not drain the battery on two devices when I'm only using one of them to surf the web. You know, it's great for an emergency when I just need to check my email, I've got a Wi-Fi, you tether, and it's great for getting out that sort of stuff. But when you're using it properly out in the world, I want it to have its own 3G connection. So when it's doing its thing on 3G, it's only taking care of its battery and not draining the battery of the phone in my pocket as well, when all it's doing is sharing it drives, the tethering thing just isn't practical for regular use. It's nice to have, but I need 3G on my devices, really. Devices like this, anyway. I like that it's got a nice, powerful quad-core processor. I've liked that it's got a lot of, you know, junk in the trunk for moving graphics about if you're interested in playing games on your Android device, but everything about it, you know, from the no rear camera, from the pitiful front-facing camera, the Wi-Fi only, the small amounts of storage space, and no expandable storage on it, all of that just screams to me, it cries out in the night, saying, we have cut corners on this device. We have built it, trying down to a price to try and undercut the other cheapo, nasty Android tablets are out there that are ruining our reputation because they're so cheap and nasty and awful. We want to get down to a price to compete with that crap out there. That horrible, plastic, fantastic, shitty, built to a price, race to the bottom, lowest common denominator crap. They're trying to compete with that instead of competing to the premium stuff. And that means there are compromises. And on their website, let me pull it up here. I think somewhere on their website, oh God, where is it? Like, here it is, here it is. Nexus 7 is a no-compromise Android tablet. No, it's not. It's full of compromises. They're all over the place. It's a compromised tablet, and that's why I don't get why people are so excited about it. I wanted to like it. I really did. The first pure Android 7-inch tablet. Excellent. Tell me all about it. And then they told me all about it, and I went, oh, all right. Well, it's only $250 Australian. That's a pretty good bargain for an 8GB one. Still can't quite bring myself to pull the trigger. So, explain to me, people, why are you excited about the Nexus 7 tablet? Why should I pull the trigger? I mean, it'd be handy to have just for doing reviews and stuff of Android products. It'd be nice to have a aside from that, I don't think I'd actually use it in my day-to-day life. It's just, it's too compromised. It's too simplified. It's too cut down. It's just, what do you, explain to me, convince me. I've still got the play page loaded up with my mouse sitting over the pre-order now button. Explain to me why I should click that mouse. Tell me why this thing isn't just full of compromises and a half-assed attempt to put a big brand in the low end of the market. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I'll catch you next time.